The button that says start broadcast.
Share. Ooh.
Yeah, so now we are actually live. So welcome everybody to JV Live, Season X, Episode 2. I don't know. I don't even know where we are. I'm not even sure it's Friday anymore.
Moist.
So, I am always Doc, so I will introduce the panel. On my left, first of all, is Nixie. Say hello, Nixie.
Hi, Nixie. No?
No. Next to Nixie, we have our very own Kelly James as well. Say hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Who joined us last week and had everybody in fits of laughter when she was in fits of laughter. Because she has an incredibly dirty laugh.
Yeah, I can't deny it.
It started already. Lovely. Next to Kelly, we have the amazing Mr. and Mrs. Kraken.
Hello.
Which one's which?
Well, you were the
Doesn't
one
matter.
You were the one bearing your legs at Vape Fest, so it could go either way at this point.
Really good. Whatever put me tweezers. Easy now.
Well, obviously, Mr. Kraken is busy, so we'll carry on.
No, sorry. I thought we were just doing quick hilaire. Quick hilaire. I'm sorting out my sub owner again. It's all now. Tasting funky. The mute next to me is just being a mute.
Okie dokie, what's going on?
I said hello already.
No, it's fine. It's streaming to the site. You've just got to press.
Oh, it's just me. Just doesn't seem to be. However.
And next to Mr. and Mrs. Kraken, we have Gords. Gords, say hello to the people at home.
Hello to everyone at home.
And joining us this week, we also have Mr. Derek McEwen of Scottish Geeks. Say hello.
However briefly it may be, but I'm here for now.
Hello.
Hello.
I can't.
I had a haircut.
You've had a haircut. I know. You've got a very, very endearing widow's peak going on.
Thank you. Who keeps going bing bong?
Somebody's got the chat noise on. I don't like the chat noise, but...
Might be me.
That way.
Turned it off now.
Oh,
So, I actually have no topics. Again.
I don't have
the
any
mouse
Mars
bar
bars.
again.
Ah, I could have first this time.
Yeah, bastard you.
I have a brief topic, but it's about vaping, so you won't allow it.
I've got a topic about Katie Hopkins.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Burn the witch.
Oh,
There we go, I knew that would work.
oh, I hate that wench.
I knew that would do the trick.
Oh.
Albeit briefly. Sorry, I'm sorting out my
Well, I
audio.
think she had a point. I can't stand her. I think she's a cow. But I totally agree that, you know, if you can afford to buy cigarettes, you can afford to buy music.
Yeah, I
What's
do.
she done all said now?
Shall I read it to you all?
Yeah, go on.
Give me a sec to get it up on the phone.
To be fair, if she-
Everybody.
Okay, so she wrote in one of her newspaper column thingies. She says, "Dear smokers, no, I do not want to pay for you to have some cigarettes, thank you. I don't want you getting them free on prescription, and then in brackets, given that you have no job. And I don't want the NHS funding your habit. If you can afford to pay for regular cigarettes at £8.50 a pack, then you can afford to buy your own. The NHS is crippled by the costs of those who have created their own problems, smoking, overeating and drinking. and as it is about time we made them pay. Thank you, my little chimney pots. Happy vaping. That's what picked up.
She's got a point.
To be fair,
she's a colossal thundercunt, but she's got a point.
To be fair, it reflects what most vapors have said as well. There's no point having a medical e-cig on the market. Why make vaping as shit as NRT?
Well, I don't want to pay for people to get e-cigs. They pay me. But no,
Kind of defeats you.
the shitty little things that don't work and look like e-cigarettes, yes, they can be recommended, not prescribed, but recommended.
I think the thing I dislike about that article though is the assumption that everybody that uses stop smoking services is an absolute tall rag on the door.
Yeah, but that's what she does. Ignore that bit. That's just coming out.
She's just she's just a complete flange.
I don't like the article name. What's your daughter's name?
To be fair, she only says anything she says to get a reaction. She's just a troll.
Yeah, she just she gets her fucking money for being such a twat.
Yeah.
Exactly. And to be fair, if I could get paid for it, I would too.
I do. Oh, that's nice. That's tasty. That is.
But you could say the same about them getting patches, because the patches and gum and all the I can't remember what the drug's called.
Champix.
I generally
Champix.
do.
And Barring
Yes,
Clean.
the suicide drug.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's not
Suicide
probably
is a
one of the
successful
Indian
quit attempt.
century.
Well, they stopped smoking. Anyway, yeah, JV Live stuff. Who's got the messiest desk?
Me.
That would be me.
Well, actually, I'm sat at G's desk, and it's not that bad.
Just briefly going on from the subject of that news report. I was stopping down south last night. I was working down there, and we stopped in a pub in a place called Witham in Essex. It was a nice pub, but craft beer type pub. Anyway, went down to the bar, can of vape inside. Yes. Which I was surprised about, to be honest, but they let me vape, so I was being quite stealthy, and I forgot myself later on and chucked a cloud. And as I was leaving the table where we were eating, me and my boss, there was a set of older gentlemen across from us, and they stopped me. So I started to apologise, because I thought I'd offended them, to be honest, chucking clouds around. And they said, "Oh no, it's not a problem." And the first thing they said, "It's not a problem, it's 95% safe from smoking, so it's fine." Now, whilst I know that figure's absolute crap, I did sort of sit there and go, yes,
Yeah.
people starting to get it. So I do think that report has some good in terms of it's hopefully steering the public conscious towards the idea that vaping isn't the spawn of Satan. So I don't know. As long as that percolates through and people start to accept that we're not sacrificing goats every time we spark up a
Speak for
sub-tank
yourself.
or whatever.
I told a lot
You know.
of start of
Goat
the
boy.
because everyone who came in said they'd seen the news. In the habit.
I do. Can we leave it for shenanigans? Can't do 2 nights of serious vape talk because I'll start a rant.
I know. I can sense the rant bubbling.
Moist
Moist.
bubble.
Don't get what it is with people with the word moist just now. It's just.
Hey, what do you mean now with the word? That's my fucking word, that is.
Yeah, no, what I mean, right, is so many people hate that word now.
Yeah, well, fuck them.
I know. That's almost as bad as people who hate the word haberdashery. That's a brilliant word.
Who hates the word haberdashery?
Lots of people. So just the way you say it, though, hang on.
Haberdashery.
Sounds like Abu
How you say
Dhabi.
it.
Haberdabbery.
I love the show because I don't actually have to do anything.
Pardon me.
Feel free to carry on. Don't worry about me. I'm just enjoying the
we're just worrying about. We're just worried that we're talking about vape stuff and you might get offended.
How's your vault doing, Ryan?
Hey?
How's your vault doing?
Let's just say I'm not very happy with Todd Howard at the moment. Everything was full. I had full water, full food, full power. Closed it down. Even made sure I shut the app off. Went back and I've got absolutely no water. All my vault residents are irradiated.
You need to get a Mr. Handy because you've got to collect it all yourself otherwise.
I know, but I'm not going to buy one Mr. Handy. I'm probably going to end up buying the multi-pack.
Yeah, they're only 79p. I thought the game was worth paying for.
What is this game that you're playing?
Fallout Shelter. It's to keep us happy until Fallout 4 comes out.
Ah.
It's another Pavlovian response game, basically. You play it, you get little rewards that don't actually mean anything, but it makes you happy enough to continue playing.
No. The rewards mean everything. They're Fallout rewards, and they give you a glimpse into the new game as well.
I've got the new game.
Fallout 4. Don't come
Well,
out
I've got
till
the first 10 minutes of it anyway.
Yeah.
That's not bad, but it's not worth the price tag they're asking.
Broke for bed.
You've just destroyed Ryan's world.
No.
Casually.
You see, when I say price tag, what I mean is it's a decent enough game, but they're asking far too much for it. They're asking for like 60, 70 quid for it.
For what?
For a digital,
that's too much for a game.
Yeah, for a digital download.
For what?
Fallout 4.
No.
Yeah, no, that's what the final asking price is going to be, between 60 and 70 pounds.
No,
it isn't.
No. It'll be like 50 quid, which is what games are now.
Yeah,
it's
still too much.
It's already 50 quid. 40 quid, I think, on Steam.
Consider this, right? The reason the people charged so much for the games back in the day was because of the price of the packaging, the discs, distribution services, the factory workers and all that. Now, it's a digital download, which costs them feck all.
$39.99 on Steam.
But they've still got to produce the game. They've still got physical copies of the game to produce because some people like to have things on physical copy. I personally have like about 4 copies of Fallout 3.
I got 2 of New Vegas.
Yeah, I got the digital download version of both. I've got the standard edition of Fallout 3 twice because the cat broke one of the discs, so I had to go out and buy another one. And I've got the Game of the Year edition, which rebuys me every time the Game of the Year edition comes out for any Bethesda game because I put that many hours into the game worth having.
And the fact that the prices are still the same now, it may be digital download, but because of digital download, piracy is much easier.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, sorry, there.
That's alright.
My main issue just now, though, is this whole pre-order thing. You know, I mean, look at Batman Arkham Knight.
No, I'm not talking about Batman Arkham Knight because that is a rant in itself. Well, I didn't want the fucking Batmobile, and then they put the Batmobile in the fucking game, and now I've got to use the Batmobile to actually play the fucking game? I don't like the Batmobile. I like being Batman. I want to be Batman. I don't want the fucking Batmobile.
Well, yeah, do you know they're actually considering releasing downloadable content for it that removes the Batmobile aspect of the game.
I might buy it again then, because I took it back because I fucking hated it.
Yeah, but the folk in the PC never got a copy of it because, as per usual, they designed it specifically for console. Same thing with Mortal Kombat X. Mortal Kombat X still is not working properly in PC. And
I will tell you why that is. It's because consoles generate more revenue for games companies. So they put those little...
But why is that? It's because people can only play the games on their consoles if they keep bringing out shoddy ports. If they brought out decent enough ports, people would move over to the PC section of it. They're getting their money regardless. You know?
No, it's just the fact that console gaming is the bigger market. about 80% of gaming is done on consoles. There's only a select few who have the knowledge and ability to actually build a decent gaming PC. Because you can't just go out and buy a gaming PC off the shelf and use it for 5 years, because it will never last. A console, the last generation of consoles was out for 8 years, and all you did is you went out to the store, you bought your game, you brought it back, you put it in your console, and away you went. The simplicity and accessibility of the console is far superior to the PC.
That used to be true, but it's not anymore. Specifically with what Valve's got planned with the Steam boxes, it's basically a PC/console which can be upgradable, which means once you got one, you never have to buy another console. The problem with consoles is they're designed to be finite.
Yeah, but it was, don't forget, it was consoles that brought gaming back. There was no PC gaming back when gaming first started. You had stuff like the Amiga, the ZX Spectrum. You know, these were brilliant home consoles.
Computers.
They were computers. They weren't
They
consoles.
They weren't consoles.
They were, well,
The first console, if you want to be technical about it, was the Atari 2600. That was the first marketable console. Not the first proper console, but the first marketable one. The first proper console was Pong, which I've still got. Which was basically just a home version of it. You plugged it into your TV and you had the bat and ball. But computer gaming started off properly with computers. And then it went to the console, and then it went back to the computer again. But now there's a sort of a halfway match against it just now, whereas people in the PC are quite happy with it because they can then go and they can mod their games, they can get better graphics for the games. If they want to upgrade their computer to play better games, they can, at a fraction of a price of what it costs to get a console these days. I completely upgraded my computer for less than the price of a PS4. And I can play games better than the PS4 now.
well, anything can play games better than the PS4. My toaster plays games better than the PS4.
Have you seen those clear toasters?
The clear toasters?
Yeah, and you can see your toast inside the toaster to see how toasted your toast is. Toast.
Technically, what you can see in your toaster is your bread. It's not toast till it's finished.
It's toast partway through if you like it really black.
Yes, I am pedantic.
Pedantic is good. But yeah, the entire games industry is built around the fact that the smaller market is on PC, and it's not that it's all right once you've got your initial rig. It's okay because your upgrades are here and there, sporadic. You could probably build a decent rig now for about 700 quid that will last you for 12 months, and then you'll have to spend another couple of hundred quid on it. But consoles are easy. A lot of people lack the knowledge to build a PC.
True.
A lot of people lack the drive to build a PC as well.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like you say, console, you make a decision, I want to play a game. You buy the console, you plug it into your TV, you play the game.
Oh, actually, that
You can move around as well if you want to go to your mates, whatever. You can move around a lot easier than you could at the PC.
yeah, I will go back to what Good said. The only problem is on the new consoles, you can't just put a disc in and away you go, because now apparently you've got to install the disc. Which means that when you first got the Xbox One, when it first came out, or even a year and a half later, you had to wait sometimes up to 6 hours for a game to fucking install. Because yeah, thanks Microsoft, you finally fucking patched it.
Yeah.
But games are getting bigger, they're getting better, but I don't know.
I would agree they're getting bigger. They're definitely getting bigger. Better is debatable. I've played better indie games in the past 3 weeks than I have AAA games. And the indie game market is just a booming business just now. And thankfully, PS4 and Xbox One are actually starting to realise this and start to put some of the lesser known titles on their systems. But you can get these games for free now. You can go to things like Game Jolt and stuff like that and get a fantastic game for nothing.
Yeah, a lot of people cut their teeth by making games for Game Jolt. They get a bit of a following, and then they eventually put them on Steam. Steam's a brilliant platform for PC gaming because It's easily accessible.
Oh yeah. My only issue with Steam is if it ever goes tits up one day.
Yeah, because you don't own the game, but you're only leasing them from Steam.
Yeah.
I read the terms and conditions. Anyway, I think we're boring the ladies. I think we should probably move away from video games.
I looked in my handbag and I found £1 and some mayonnaise.
Okay, that's a bit random.
Happy fun time tonight for Nixie.
Ow, ow, ow.
And
Oh, talking of games, by the way, just for the final part of it, because I'm going to have to go in a minute, I'm just going to head off, and I've got a Cards Against Humanity tournament just waiting round the corner, and I figure next week we should all have a game of Cards Against Humanity during this.
I'd love to do that.
I'm going to try and build my own deck soon, so it's not going to be very family friendly, put it that way.
It wasn't family friendly the last time I played Cards Against Humanity.
Oh,
And
apologies.
when one of the cards is just labelled the Jews, you know you're going to have a bad game.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyway, so I better get going, but we'll catch you lot later on.
Ta-ta,
Thank you for
bye.
joining us.
Bye bye.
Sorry, I'm looking through my handbag now.
Oh God.
I got 2 forks as well.
I'm too scared to look through mine.
I've
I'm
got
too scared for her to look
got
through.
some. Oh. I just found a plum.
Oh.
And a baby sock.
I have a ped egg, a fiver, keys, disposable drip tips from Vaporfest, battery.
I've got straw.
We're playing the handbag game.
And I haven't lived on a farm for quite a while, so you know how long that's been.
And random change in the bottom of my handbag. And that's it, I think. Apart from my Slim and World card. Oh, and copious painkillers.
My bag's just got allergy pills, train tickets, and a lot of vaping stuff.
I have my pretty new purse that doesn't fit changing very well.
I've just found a bottle of Vaporfest juice.
I've got trousers that I put my
Where-
wallet into,
where
I
were
put
you-
my vape into, and I put my phone into, and that's
Oh,
it.
that's where that went.
Where were you getting the
And an extremely long
from?
drip tip.
I didn't see any free DV juice this year.
You had to fill in a little questionnaire to get it.
Oh, for
What
God's
strength? Is it still 18?
Say that again?
Is it still 18 strength?
No, it's 0%.
No, they did lower it. Because I said I've been saying they always give 18 away, and I said I wonder if they'll lower it now because no one's on 18 anymore.
Well, it says,
I am.
Okay, well you are, but not many are.
Yeah, but you're special, Nixie.
They're
It
only
says-
because it's the highest gym
it
house.
says on the label contains nicotine, but on the front it says 0%.
That's brilliant. He'll know.
Any idea?
I can go through my work trousers.
Are we starting trousers as well now?
No.
I
Right.
don't want no.
I'm wearing a
I could
dress
look
with
in my
the...
bra. There's probably some stuff down
I
there.
have my pocket knife. I have my torch. And I have my wallet, which I'm not going through. But it does contain a little blue screwdriver.
I found this in my shoe earlier when I was in town.
I've just found a Vapors and Power card.
Have you joined?
Yes.
Excellent. I need to do that when I get paid.
Jill C. Baldwin said, no man bag, Kraken.
Man bag, Jem.
What?
No.
Mr. Kraken is not a man who carries a bag.
Unless it's got orders in and is a great big sack.
He does pocket.
I do pockets.
What's under your hat, Ryan?
My head.
Oh.
I have my day sack for work, but that just contains batteries and torches and a laptop and stuff.
Apparently Jill's got a latex glove in her pocket.
Dirty.
The questions abound.
We've got Vaseline.
Don't stop that again.
No, I'm not. They'd go well with the latex cuts.
We've got Vaseline, latex gloves, and a rubber duck. Make of that what you will.
Sounds like a rather interesting evening. Add in a takeaway pizza and
12th of September.
I had Domino's.
Right. Okay.
We went to the cheapest.
Radiant's got a man bag.
Yeah.
I'm not really surprised they're red. Love you.
right. I'm just going to put this out there. There's no such thing as a man bag. It's a handbag. A real man.
There are
uses
messenger bags,
pockets.
but they aren't what people consider man bags, because man bags are the stupid little things. They're handbags. There are messenger bags that you can put, laptop in and stuff like that. That's different. That's when you go into a meeting or go into a fucking coffee shop just to type stuff.
I used to have this awesome thing, and I don't know what they're called, but it's like straps around your waist and then it round one thigh.
Bum bag.
No, it wasn't a bum bag though. It was like
Leg
it was supposed to go on your thigh, and I used to put all my stuff in there, but I've lost it. And I
No,
can't
you
find
haven't.
it.
Garter bag.
I used it for non-stock when I had all my business cards in it and made spare lens and my flash.
Great bag.
Where did you find it?
I don't know.
You took it to Master.
Yeah.
Screw up thoughts. I love it.
It's in the bedroom.
I use it all the time. I can't believe you took
See-
it to Master.
To me, men either wear a jacket or they wear combats. And you carry everything you need in either your jacket or your pants. The only time I've carried a bag is when the kids needed nappies and stuff, so I got an ex-military rucksack for the nappies.
I get her to carry it herself, because she's got a little backpack with reins on it and 2 nappies, wipes,
Lovely.
and a bag goes in there.
Well, usually with me, everything goes in my cleavage if I don't want to carry a bag.
Yeah, same as me.
Mine does, and then Annie finds it and throws it places, so I can't do that anymore.
Bank of cleavage.
The amount of women I get coming into work and they just take their vape out with their bras, I'm like, I do that.
Although it's apparently it's bad to keep your phone down there.
Probably.
I always boob text people.
Text.
My boob's Facebooked before.
I boobed on you once. Emergency policy.
I've got a friend who regularly sends me messages from her bum.
Oh, I suppose that's a bit shit.
It's not stickers.
Ridders says it's a vape bag. No, Ridders, it's a handbag that you happen to put your vape in.
Yes.
Be a real man. Use pockets.
Wear suitable clothing.
Get rid of the high-vis vest and get a high-vis jacket with loads of pockets instead.
See, G likes those cargo trousers that have like about 8 or 9 different pockets all the way down the legs.
Yep.
He's got shorts and trousers and all sorts, and they all have massive loads of pockets down the legs.
But how do you ever remember which pocket you put it in?
He never does. The amount of times he's lost money because he's put it in one of these pockets and pulled something else out and dropped the cash.
No, you just put money in a wallet, and that goes in the back pocket, and then you're done.
Yep.
I don't put money in my wallet because I'm afraid somebody's going to steal my wallet. So I just carry money loose in my pocket.
I carry
Chain
my
it to the back
handbag
of your
in my
pants.
man's sack.
Or be a real man. Learn how to tie yourself a proper lanyard and fasten your wallet to your pants with your lanyard.
Jim, do you have pockets in your kilt?
There you go.
It's a utility kilt.
Ah.
Don't you keep stuff in your sporran?
Ah, no, it's a utility kilt. It's specifically made for men that wear kilts for everyday work. It's got
I couldn't remember if it had
cargo.
pockets or not.
It's a kilt with cargo pockets.
Ah, I see.
How often do you wear it, Jim?
Red.
Special occasions,
Once a year at Vapefest.
pretty much.
Yeah, and to anyone that can read chat right now or is watching, having your jeans down your ass or halfway down your ass, it doesn't look good. We don't like it.
Right.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
I can tell you where that. I can tell you where that actually originated.
In jail.
In
Yep.
jail, yeah, and it was an advertisement,
I'm
basically. Yes. Which is why I always prefer to wear a bout and have my trousers actually around my waist.
Yep.
You mean where they're supposed to be?
Yeah, definitely where they're supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to get that a lot in Swansea. Just guys wearing their jeans right down their arse, and all you could see was this like, it's not nice. Really not
Probably
nice.
because they're all available.
What'd you say?
I said probably because they're all available.
Probably. It was a big thing. It was a big craze in Swansea, but it's just nasty.
Has anybody read the news about Gary?
Gary who?
Any Gary? There will be no Garys left in Britain by 2050.
You've obviously not seen my vault.
Because Gary no child has been named Gary since 1992.
Well, I know a Gary, and he's only 20 odd, so I'd imagine he'll still be alive 2015.
Yeah, and I can't help
20.
knowing a Gary because Gary's my dad.
There's no baby Garys.
Oh, there we go. We use the name Gary then, just to piss him off.
No.
Alan,
That's because everybody is naming their kids stupid stuff.
there's been a huge rise in Game of Thrones names for babies. I read that.
Yeah, I saw that too. Is that one that sounds
Melisandre.
like a horse?
Arya is the most popular apparently. Which it's a cool name, but then you get everybody doing it.
Yes.
You were made while me and your mother were horny after watching Sansa get raped, that silly one get his cock cut off, and yes, we're sick individuals. Congratulations.
Well, Luke got named because Star Wars.
I was named after Kelly in Charlie's Angels.
See, I like the name Alessa, but it's from Silent Hill, so the connotations are a bit...
Yeah, that's a bit dark.
Fitting, though.
But it's a nice name, and to be fair, if I ever have a boy, I do want to call him Chaos.
Oh, yeah, I can't stand. A lot of parents are calling their kids Khaleesi.
Yeah, that's the one.
Do people not think about how bullied the child's going to get when they get to school?
No.
No, because all the
They
other
should
school
do.
kids have got weird names too.
To be fair, I think
They
pretty
should
much
do.
everyone at some point gets bullied for their names in school.
Yeah,
I-
unless you're called Abdul. And then you don't. Because everybody's scared you're going to blow them up. What?
Silence, they kill you.
It's fine, he can say stuff like this. This is my channel.
And it's not racist anyway. It's true. Have you not seen South Park? Or The Simpsons? They throw it on a cartoon.
Or the news.
Or the news.
Do you mean that was a bit below the belt?
Rowan's a nice name. I like Rowan. What is
Rowan?
it? Nice name.
I like the name Bob.
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 Or Daniel.
I don't like the name. I don't like the name Ryan.
I don't like the name Ryan. I kid.
I've got a nicer name for you, Ryan, but I value my life, so I will keep my mouth shut.
Thank you, dear.
I call him Rai Toxford III.
But I did see a machine with your name on. Your name that I'm not allowed to say.
Where did you see this machine? Because that name would only fit in a few different places.
It was in a Millie's Cookies.
Okay, last time I saw that name, it was in a strip club.
Speaking of strip clubs, I had a look at my old WhatsApp photos of you the other day, Ryan.
Yes. No.
Get your phone out.
It's where I
not-
live.
It's not pornographic.
Oh.
And
You had
no,
socks, a hat. What else
Yeah.
did you have on?
me boxers.
And
I think that was it.
sorry.
No, we'll change the subject now, please, dear.
It looks like your dragon has a mic growing out of his head.
That's because the dragon is awesome.
What's his name?
Was the name Fag Machine? No, my name was not Fag Machine.
Why would there be a fag machine in any of these cookies?
Should we do the admin approved post thing? Right. You guys talk amongst yourselves while I double check the votes.
It's alright, I'm looking up Millie's cookies.
Dixie and Kelly, do you hate the word panties as much as I do?
The what?
The word panties as much as I do.
No, but I hate the word wide on.
Oh yeah, that's sick, isn't it? Just
Panties
thinking,
and
oh,
knickers are just horrible words.
I quite like knickers.
Underwear, just underwear.
I say knickers quite a bit.
Drawers.
It's not as bad as panties. I just can't. They freak me out. Those words.
What, panties?
Yes.
It's just an Americanism.
Yes.
Every
It's
word someone says they don't like, I now think of Jim's word first, and it just makes it a whole lot worse.
Was it a cookie, Nixie?
I'm not telling anyone.
Ah, come on.
She values her life too much.
I can do cat news. That'll boost the viewing figures. Cats always boost viewing figures.
This is the internet.
It's the internet.
Cats?
Britain, no.
We got to my
Moist
mum today,
Panties.
and there was a black cat with a collar on, and I said to my sister, look, that's not your cat, because it's got a collar on. And it was her cat. Someone's put a collar on my sister's cat.
Mine.
That's
Well,
what
we're
I
doing
did.
even better. We're doing even better because I found out when I spoke to James at about 4 o'clock that we'd acquired another cat that we were supposed to be looking after, which happens to be a black cat with a collar on. And yeah, it's gone.
Oh.
We're getting a cat.
Do you want me to go and get the collar and check it's not yours? And they didn't walk too far.
It would have walked an awful long way in a few hours.
How does Jim feel about you getting a cat?
Oh, he's well up for it. He's well up. He can't wait.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I've just been on the Facebooks, and we have an interesting predicament.
Yeah.
We have 2 posts that both have the same amount of likes.
And
So we have Stuart Coleman's and Mr. Kraken's.
I didn't even realise mine had been entered.
Yeah, you kind of didn't have a choice. I just put it in. I tagged you in the goddamn post, man.
I generally turn
What
off
post?
notifications when I get bing 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 bing.
I just put a like on my own.
I was going to say, and now Kelly's on there liking her own.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Where am I looking?
Come on, Jim with the thumbs up. Come on.
I do. I like Kelly's, but I'm not sure Jim would like his face all over everything.
I couldn't resist.
Oh, it might have been sorted. We've had another vote for Stuart Coleman.
Where am I looking?
The pinned
Pinned
post
post.
here.
Oh, at the top. Oh, I haven't seen this yet.
Oh no, wait. Ashley Miller has just voted for Jim Maitland.
No, Aaron, rock, paper, scissors, lizards, stock is the way to resolve these matters.
So, we've
can't
got
see.
a choice. We can either put it up to a vote for the people who are currently in the chat, which is all of about 10 people,
12.
or we can just alternate using both.
Hang on a minute, hang on.
Well, since I've neither voted or entered, just put them up on the screen. I'll tell you which one I like. There you go. Sorted. But don't tell me whose it is.
Okie dokie. Sure, I can do that. They're saved on here somewhere.
Yes, Black Cat, I do. I need a familiar. That's why I'm getting the key.
You've got a squid.
Yeah, but a kitty. Is that cute?
I had a really nice cat once, but you know, I don't do chow mein very often. But good.
Naughty!
You're here all night.
Hey, people eat dog in the world, so why shouldn't you eat cat?
Because they're cute.
There's a very good chance that most people watching or partaking in this have eaten cat.
I actually
Yep.
do have a cat, and I've had her for 12 years, and I love her to bits, but she's at my mother's house.
Except me, because when I do Chinese takeaway, all I eat is veg chow mein.
I had a Chinese once.
They
and
might
I'd
put cat in that, Jim, to be
It
fair.
wouldn't surprise me. Essence of cat.
I ordered crispy lamb, and I'm eating this lamb, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, "There's hair in this," and I pulled out a big lump of God knows what it was. So we took it back to the Chinese and showed the woman, and said, "What is it?" And she said, "Fur."
You're putting me off Chinese now.
Looks like fur. Okay then, well, we won't be coming back here again. Thank you very much for my money back. Bye.
Just ask him if the chef likes to wear fur trim coats.
Don't ruin Chinese food for me. I like it.
My mummy says I've got to go home.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not at home, I'm at hers, making her look after Annie so I can come and annoy you. So I'm going to finish this row knitting before I go.
Ah! What do I need? I need hangout. Cool.
La 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 la.
No, I don't. What am I doing? You have to excuse me. I haven't used Hangouts for a very, very long time.
And you weren't that good when you used to use it.
Nope. I'd like to say I'm just a pretty face, but we all know that's a fucking lie.
Everyone's beautiful in their own way.
Meh.
Yeah.
Come on, Chrome. Fucking load Facebook.
You know, I've got your phone in your pocket and look on there.
I can do. I haven't got it in my pocket.
You need 2 monitors, man.
I got 2 machines.
And here I am streaming this off my phone.
Can you see that, Gords?
I can see that.
Right, that's the one.
Don't tell me whose it is.
And that is t'other.
No, I'm a fan of Neon, so I've got to say that the second one appeals to me.
There we go then. It's decided by a Gords vote that Stuart Coleman, your image is a new admin approved image for Just Fakes. For the foreseeable future. Congratulations, you win our ever loving admiration.
Love and gratitude.
Something like that.
I've just got a notification that Jim's blocked me.
What?
I didn't even know mine was entered into it. So
Yeah, I thought Jim's was just the example.
It was, but I don't know. Not that many people wanted to do it, so.
I know about it.
I seem to remember that I thought about it and then slept. And
I'll still
yeah,
use mine anyway.
that's the beauty of being an admin.
And the use of said sticker by me is admin approved by me. I just.
Are we going
I-
down that route, are we?
Yeah. Just call me. What?
To be fair, if you're a Facebook admin, you do have to be a minor Hitler. It seems to be the way vape groups are going these days.
I'm not a Hitler.
Well, not all vape groups,
No, you're
but
more Gorbis.
certain vape
No,
groups.
you just have to not be a cunt.
I can't grow a moustache.
No, there are certain vape groups that, to be quite fair, probably should be shut down, even though they're massively popular.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I will admit, I don't shave very often, but when I do shave, I do the Hitler tash just for the hell of it, just for a little bit. Just because it's funny. And I call it the Chaplin tash, okay?
Yeah, Pixar, it didn't happen, mate.
I tend to go for the whole mannequin, just shape one side of the face and leave alternate bits just for amusement, and then clean it up before I view the public.
Tetris beard.
Jim's not going to shave his beard off because I like it too much.
I like it too much.
Yeah, Ree used to complain about my beard when we first got together, so I shaved it off and just walked in the bedroom like fully shaved, and she was not impressed.
I like your beard. I like your beard. It's squishy and fluffy.
I like beards. I'm a beard girl.
Real men have facial hair. That's it.
This is true.
And he
Although
won't look at you if
I
you're a
don't,
man.
I don't like
Yeah.
these sort of overly pimped ones where they've curled them all and.
Are you going to break his heart?
Have you seen the adverts for Dollar Beer Company?
No.
Watch them. They're hilarious.
It's a very gentlemanly thing to do once upon a time. So have
Yeah, quiet.
all waxed up and everything.
Apparently Vicky hates Ridder's beard.
Oh, I don't hate really beard.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Ridley's
I love
has
Ridley's
sort of
beard.
beard.
Unfortunately, though, we don't have to snog him, so you know, I suppose he has to shave it off.
I've seen Red with and without a beard, and without her beard, he just looks so cute.
Yes.
Yeah, but he also looks 12.
Who are you talking to?
Ryan, Nixa, Kelly, Jim, and Alika.
Who's main cat?
Alika was just waving at us.
And now she's gone all
Why have
good.
you got a girlfriend, Dad?
Why have I not got a girlfriend?
Why have you got a girlfriend?
Your mum is my girlfriend.
Why? Well, why are you sticking to one then go?
No, Aliki's not my girlfriend. Aliki's Jim's girlfriend.
Fine. Sorry, Dad. Well, then turn into a different one.
Heavy petting.
There's Alika. With the pet unicorn.
It's so fluffy!
We've got Kiki haven't we?
Right. Why aren't you in bed, settled down?
Because I want to see who he is.
You want to see who I'm talking to.
He's so cute.
Right, everyone, this is James, first spawn of gods.
Marvelous name. Good strong name.
This is Mini Gord's number
Dad,
one.
do you mind if we go to the fair again?
You want to go to the fair?
Into a
Yeah.
unicorn.
Will you? Can we go there?
We'll see.
So you said get her a goldfish.
Not the fair. I'm gonna
One got squeaky nipples.
I'm gonna get a lollipop.
You want to go to the fair and get a lollipop? This isn't Great Vapors TV, you know.
What?
Oh, I don't know.
Fair's good, isn't it, Dad?
The fair is good, yes.
It's
Go
got
to
Bouncy
Banks's
Castle.
amusement park.
I'm gonna win them.
Oh, I want to go there.
I'm
Disneyland.
gonna I'm going to play there.
She's so cute.
Is it not that far away, Dad?
No, it's not that far away.
Right, guys, unless I want to walk home, I've got to
Do you
go.
like it?
Ta-da!
Alright, Nix, see you soon.
Thank you for joining us.
It's okay. I shall try and come again. Is it just that button there to go away?
Yeah.
Click hang up,
You
yeah.
just close the page or...
Bye. Bye, y'all. I'm turning to a different people. Well, the
See you later, Nix.
Bye, Nixie.
Right, so I appear to be being invaded.
That's what he said.
Oh, what is that?
Oh! It's mini god number 2.
That'll be up in a few years.
Yeah, this is Luke.
It isn't
Luke,
that high.
I am your father. No, don't do that often.
No, not often at all.
I love the hair. It's so cute.
Yeah, unfortunately the hair's going to have to go soon. James is starting school in a couple of weeks. You can't send a little boy to school with hair down to his shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to live on that.
Why not? Gender equality, goddammit.
I'm going to live on that.
Yes, you are going to a Catholic school where they demand that we pay them for their privilege.
Woo!
Even though I don't go to work with a sceptre and a crown,
Stop, Lou.
like the Pope.
Catholic
Stop.
school?
Don't get me started.
Dad.
We've already
A
announced.
normal comprehensive life can do it right.
I went to a Roman Catholic school and I gave the nun a nervous breakdown.
I'm
Right,
hoping James will do the same thing.
Kelly is not brooding. Thank you very much. I like other people's children. Don't want none of my own. Thank you.
Dada,
I'll have them.
Yes.
No.
I'll have them.
we're well, you go in at the fair.
We'll see.
You don't win a.
Right, should you two not be in bed?
I like it. I'm going.
You going to bed?
I haven't finished the show yet. Hang on.
Right.
What, you mean I need to keep the children here to get the viewing numbers up?
No, I mean, I thought you were talking to me.
No. I was speaking to Mini Gods Mark 1 and 2.
Ridders says, Vicky says, both your sons are adorable.
I'll lend them to him
I'll have them. You can bring them
for a
here.
week.
No.
I'll have them. I'll give you 20 quid.
Then you can tell me how
Richard.
adorable they are. No, they did explain at the parents' evening that they will try and indoctrinate our children into the Catholic religion, which amused me immensely.
So is it just like a Catholic school is the only one available, or?
Tony's disabled, so it was the school that Tony could get the kids to, basically.
Right.
We had very limited choices. So it wouldn't have been my first choice, but to be fair, it's a good school, and the teachers seem good. But the whole religion thing's annoying.
Yep.
I can't.
In general, not just in schools.
I'm trying to remember
general.
some of the songs they made us sing in assembly and primary, but I just can't
It was
remember.
all in Welsh anyway, so no one else would understand.
Oh, so it was something. It was mostly Welsh, but there were a few English
I'm
ones.
joking.
Colours of Day was one we had to sing when I was in school. which I learned to mime from a very young age.
Singing not your strong point, right?
No, I used to sing solos in the choir, but then my balls dropped, and now I can't sing.
Oh, that happened to G. He was a proper choir boy with other.
See, now that doesn't surprise me. He's got the look.
Who, G?
Yeah.
Yeah, G was
Scoutmaster / choir boy former.
Yeah, G went to public school.
I went to public school. I went to public school. I turned out right. I did.
Yeah.
G turned out kind of alright. Although he did get expelled, so you know.
I left and joined the army.
I left when I was 16. Went and picked up my GCSE results and they said, "Are you coming back?" I said, "No." Off to college.
With normal people.
I know how you feel. I dropped out of art college.
That takes a lot. You barely have to turn up for art college.
I was modelling my life on Dave Lister. It kind of worked for a little bit. Except I'm not that fond of curry.
Ah, but you'll have a chili.
My school
Oh, yeah.
was more. My school was more of an open zoo than a school, so.
You sure you didn't go to my school?
No, we sent saucepan bath in secondary school already.
I actually kind of miss. I wish I could do the whole Billy Madison thing and go back to school, like knowing what I know now. But
Yeah.
Well, I'm going back to college in September because I basically came away with no GCSEs because I was too busy doing other things. So moist indeed.
what were you doing, Kelly?
Yeah,
Enlighten me.
Things a 15-year-old shouldn't have been doing. Let's just put it this way: I was going out clubbing on a Saturday night, so you know.
Now
I was
13.
doing that.
14 was when I first started going clubbing.
13 for me, it was great.
You wouldn't get away with it now, though. They're so hot on ID.
Not
Yeah,
where
that's
I
because
went,
they're bigger fines.
Cal,
Years
what you
ago,
were
you used to
saying
get
about
slap on the wrist.
Cal, what you were saying, I always said, I'm never going to have kids, and then I started going out with him and then his little girl, and I was like, "Ah!"
Nah, it's not possible for me anyway, so...
Oh, man.
But to be quite honest, neither
Consider
me
yourself
or G are child-friendly. So I'll stick with having a cat.
But yeah, I never went. I honestly, my attendance in like year 10 and 11 was like 10%. I never went. I passed all my GCSEs, but that's because I was quite happy to sit and study at home. I just hated school. I used to go out clubbing. Honestly, I was doing a lot of things I shouldn't have been doing when I was in school. And you know what? I wouldn't have got away with it now because they're so strict on your attendance. But back then, it was just
Yeah, I was the same.
get away with not going to school.
Homework? What was homework?
But I'm just thinking, I kind of feel bad for the parents now because it wasn't my mum and dad's fault I wouldn't go to school. I just flat out refused to go to school. And every time I did go to school, I'd make up some excuse that I was ill and get sent home halfway through anyway. And that wasn't my mum and dad's fault. They tried, but I was just like, no, I'm not going to school.
I spent 4 years out of the 5 on report. Constantly.
Slacker.
Must try harder.
Must try harder.
I don't think I spent more than about 25% of my time in the entire 5 years in school. We used to have PE just before geography, and I fucking hated geography, so I used to get injured in PE and just go home.
When I was in secondary school, our gym was right by the car park, and my nan lived right next to the car park. So every gym lesson, I'd stay for register, bugger at my nan's house for the hour, and then go back to school. And they never noticed once, ever.
Okay.
I got away with it.
I just used to sneak out for cigarettes, and then when my grandparents found out I smoked, and they lived like pretty much opposite the school. I just used to go around there and sit in there and smoke and drink tea.
I used to go out at lunchtime and go and get stoned, and then go back to school and giggle all afternoon.
I actually passed with A's, B's, and C's.
Yeah.
I did as well. All my GCSEs I had A, B's, and C's. I didn't get anything lower than a C, but that was because I wasn't dumb. I just hated school, and I would sit at home and I'd study by myself. I'd be quite happy. I just didn't want to go to school. And I got all A, B's, and C's, much to my teacher's amazement. I was like, well, I told you I study at home, but you never believed me, so.
One of me colleagues at work, her lassie has just done her GCSEs and she got 3 A's and B's, and she just refused to go to school. She just wouldn't go. And so when she said that, I was like, really?
Well, I'll say this. I was one of my teacher's least favourites in school because I never went and I could never be asked to do homework and shit. And I've got 10 GCSEs, I've got 3 A levels at 8 and a degree. And I'm just thinking, what was the point? Because the job I'm doing now, I don't even need any of that stuff for. There's no jobs out there for graduates. I'm sorry, but I could go in a big rant about this. But all uni got me. Okay, it was a good experience, but it's just left me with a few £1,000s worth of debt for the student loans company and not a job after it. I'd have been better off as soon as I left college going straight into full-time work. I really would have.
It is happening a lot with graduates that come out of uni, and you would think that someone would snap them up, and it's just not happening. My friend graduated last year with honours for a history degree, and she can't find anything.
Yep. I know people who got set 2-1s and first engineering degrees. But one of my best friends in uni had a 2-1 in engineering, and she still works at McDonald's because there's just no jobs.
I left school and started serving my time. So I passed as an engineer. And yes, I do have a job.
Should have done an apprenticeship, should have gone into full-time work, shouldn't have gone to uni because it was a waste of time. I said there were some good things from it, but most of it would have been much better off going straight into work. And if I tell you what, because when I was there, it was £3 grand a year. And now it's £9 grand. I wouldn't have done it. I couldn't afford it back then. I wouldn't be able to afford it.
I mean, I must admit. I'm going to go back to do my GCSEs, then do access to higher education, and go to uni. But I've got a few options that I want to go for, but they're in sectors where they're crying out for people. Yeah. So I'm trying to choose wisely, so I'm more likely to get a job at the end of it.
I hope you did really well. And GCSEs are always a good thing to have anyway, because everyone asks for that.
Yeah, and I've got my science GCSE. I mean, I didn't do any studying for it, but I've got it, and it's English and maths. I just didn't turn up for the exams. So I am. That's what I'm going to go and do.
And I did my English.
Well, English and maths is always useful things to have.
Yeah.
Because that's what people are looking for anyway.
Yeah, and people, you tell people you haven't got English and Maths GCSE, and they look at you like, Nick, and I'm not. I really, I like to think I'm quite literate and numerate, but I've got no proof that I am. So unless you actually get to see anything I've wrote, or it's yeah. They just assume you're a thicko.
Yeah, I mean, really, the problem with universities at the moment is they offer some really fucking BS courses, and that's why a lot of graduates haven't got jobs, is because they come out with uni qualifications and stuff like philosophy and stuff like that. And
to be fair, a lot of the graduates... Go on, Ray.
Go on.
Finish off. I was going to say, a lot of the graduates I've... Go on.
We keep doing this.
Yes, go on.
Yeah, so a lot of the qualifications that a lot of people are walking away with are absolutely useless in the real world unless you want to be a philosopher. And unfortunately, we live in the 21st century where all you need to be a philosopher is a blog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, my working experience, I've worked with quite a few graduates, and the simple fact is they're fucking useless. So it's not a benefit. If anything, yeah, it might get your foot in the door, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be good at the job.
Apprenticeships and just like working would be a lot better. And do you know
Yeah.
what the sad thing is? Everyone I know who doesn't have a degree, flunked their GCSEs, whatever, have got much better jobs than people who actually bothered and went to uni.
I didn't do my GCSEs.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah, because
You
you
have
go to
many
a job. You go to a job and you learn on the job. You get on the job training.
Exactly.
And if you're fortunate, you get a job that pays well, and they put you through certain qualifications. Like I'm qualified to go in nuclear sites. I'm qualified to go in bomb test ranges. That's the sort of thing I do, and it's nothing to do with my school qualifications or anything like that. It's what I've learned on the job.
I will say this though, before I did my bachelor's, I did a foundation degree in engineering, and some of the lecturers, they were awesome. They got you to do hands-on stuff rather than just all theory. My
Yeah, because they were
one,
probably proper engineers.
They were. My favourite one, when I was doing my engineering, I had a Scottish lecturer who was Dr. Proudfoot, and he really had a Scottish accent, but he was hilarious, and he said, the best piece of work I've ever seen was when I was marking people's books, and someone had started writing an equation out and scribbled it and wrote and put a little arrow down at the bottom and wrote shit, and then started again on the next page.
Yeah, he's probably a proper engineer. That's the thing.
I think my one issue with apprenticeships, the modern apprenticeships, is there is a lot of employers out there that use it as cheap labour.
There are, yeah, I agree with that.
There are.
BT
I agree 100%.
apprenticeships, and one of my friends in college.
Because at the end of the day, they get paid for having that apprentice, so and getting work done at the same time.
Yeah, one
Well,
of my
they don't
friends in college got an apprenticeship with Chevron, or then was Chevron, and she's got an amazing job out of it now.
When I served my apprenticeship, I was building labelling machines. That was where I served my engineering apprenticeship, and I was building machines that they were selling for millions of pounds. Seriously. And they paid me £7.50 an hour. You know, it works well for them.
Yeah.
But what I got out of it was experience. So I can't get that grumpy about it, but it is a fact that they do use it as cheap labour. They were selling those machines. They weren't saying to someone, "Oh, we'll sell you this machine cheap because an apprentice built it." The customer had no idea. The machine just had to pass all the quality control that was necessary to ship the machine onto a customer. So there's no question that they use it to their advantage. Why wouldn't you? You know, you can't get grumpy about that. You just accept it as that's how it is, and do your best to get what you need for you out of it.
That reminds
See,
me.
the problem I have with... Go on, Aliki.
But a lot of apprenticeships like BT and all, they will pay you a decent wage. But the national minimum wage for apprentices is like £2.30 an hour or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's slave labour. It is slave labour.
It is. I saw a job advertisement the other day for savers in Abergavenny, and what they'd done is full-time week, but it's an apprenticeship. They're only getting they were £2 whatever it is an hour, full thing a week, because it was an apprenticeship. So
There are some industries where they should just not be allowed to have fucking apprenticeships. Apprenticeship in fucking retail, fuck off.
I have
agree,
got
Tyler.
an MVQ in retail, but it's not worth the paper it's printed on because
Exactly. Unless you,
it's retail.
retail,
Unless you know, it's
retail management, that's different. But just retail.
But you know, they won't put you. You know, when I did it at the time, they wouldn't put you forward for the higher levels because it would take too much time. You know, they were only interested in getting us all through level 2 and 3 if you were lucky, because they got paid mega bucks for doing it, and you were just working.
I heard a great when I had to do forced to do this stupid key skills level 1, 2, 3 in college. My key skills teacher said it bang on. She said, at level 1 we draw a circle for you. At level 2 we take your hand and draw a circle with you. And at level 3 we draw a circle and ask you to copy it. And I thought that was the best way of describing it ever.
Yeah.
It is. It's true.
But think yourself lucky, I didn't do key skills at college. We did the English speaking board.
What's I haven't heard of that. They do Welsh back here, but my college lecturers got us out of doing it.
An English speaking board qualification basically says that you are able to present and converse in the Queen's English.
Ooh, how posh.
Basically, because I did media, they prime you to work for the BBC. Now, I would never work for the BBC because I think the BBC is a bunch of shit. But back onto apprenticeships. My granddad started his apprenticeship when he was 15, working as an electrician's apprentice. He didn't actually qualify as an electrician until he was in his mid-20s.
Yeah, that's how they work.
Back then,
proper.
Yeah, that's an apprenticeship isn't 2 or 3 years and then you're qualified. An apprenticeship
Yeah,
is
it's the same with me. It's the same with me dad. My dad's a time served plater, and he didn't qualify till he was about 23, 24, I think.
My dad is an agricultural engineer, right? And he learned his trade off his dad. And when he got to college age, he went to do a thing in college, just to help his whatever. And he left after about 2 weeks because they were teaching them to weld, and he could weld better than the teachers. He was like, "What's the point?" And he left. And that's because he'd learned to trade off his dad, actually doing it properly.
The only point of the college side of it is to have paper to present to say, someone says I can do it. You don't learn much in college. No. That's the whole point of it. But going back to what you were saying about, they only pay you so much an hour. Do you remember that, like Aliki just said, she's run up a ruck of debt doing a graduate. You don't as an apprentice.
True.
Depends what your circumstances are, though.
So it's, you know what I mean? It's swingers and roundabouts. I agree that it seems like slave labour, but you're not running up a ruck of debt that in later life you are supposed to pay off.
Okay, but again, that does depend on your living, because if mum and dad don't want you...
Yeah, I left home when I was 16.
I left home when I was 17.
And as you say, on the job market now, there's no real benefit to having a graduate degree or anything else.
And do you know what? I wanted to drop out after the first year. No, the second year. I wanted to drop out because I had no debt at that point. I had no money at all, but I also had no debt. And I was offered a full-time job, and it was my mother who pushed. She was giving me hell. That's the only reason I stayed. And then when I graduate and she realises how much debt, she said, "Oh, I wish you'd have dropped out." As I was a bit too late now. But yeah, I would have. After the second year, I would have dropped out and taken that job. But I was getting so much shit off my mother, I decided to stay.
I'll be honest, I'm very worried for my kids, because what state is the job market going to be in by the time they're at working age?
Yeah.
China.
Yeah, I'm not even allowed to send them up chimneys or anything if I can find a chimney to take them up.
Well, I mean, technically the law states that they're not allowed to, but you could just pretend they're immigrants and that they're actually 21 and then just do it anyway.
Well, I'm going to have to teach them a Polish accent.
Well, not necessarily Polish, but yeah, some sort of from that area, yeah.
East German, then. But no,
nobody from Germany comes over to this country.
I go to a lot of sites with my work, and honestly, it's frightening when you think about it long term. It's terrifying.
Well, it's like me. I've got qualifications coming out my arse, but they're all to do with working in pubs and running pubs. But I don't really want to do it because the trade's not there anymore. The pub trade is.
Well, no. Thank you, smoking ban.
It's not only the smoking ban. There are other contributing factors, but the whole
cheap alcohol
pub
in
industry
markets.
Well, the whole pub industry is suffering.
The pub trade is on its arse. It's as simple as that.
It wasn't the same after the smoking ban, mind.
No,
Numbers did drop down.
The smoking ban didn't help, but it also doesn't help the fact that, like in Worcester, if you've got a licensed property and you want to take the license away from it, it could take about a year to get that license away because people can put in petitions and stuff against removing the license from that property. But it doesn't matter how many petitions and stuff are signed, and really historic pubs have just disappeared.
Yeah, it's happening all over. Pubs are shutting at a rate of something like 1,000 a year or more. You know what I mean? I can think of places that I haunted when I was a kid, and they're not there anymore. They're gone. It's as simple as that.
I honestly think a lot of it has to do with social media as well, though, because you used to go to the pub to talk to people and catch up and shit, and everyone does that through fucking Facebook now. The younger kids just go out because they want to get pissed and just that's it. The older generation are getting older and they're dying off and stuff, and they're the ones that used to socialise, and then the midsection are just, oh fuck it, I'll go on Facebook and just go out to the pub once every now and then.
Well, the thing is now the kids are used to an idea where pubs aren't really there, and pubs are quite expensive. I remember the days when I used to go out, spend a tenner, and that included getting drunk and buying a pizza or walking home and having bus fare home. And I'm not that old. You know what I mean?
I used to go out in a night out and come home with more money than I went with. I never used to remember how I did it.
Hey.
I bought a round for 2 people last night and it cost £8.
I mean, if I want to go out, for a night out now, it costs us about 50-60 quid. And,
exactly,
I mean, and
people don't have that money to burn.
I actually rarely drink, so if me and G go out, I'm usually on coke, and they're charging me £2.50, £3 for a pint of coke.
That's where the money's going. You should have a double vodka and coke. That would be like £2.20.
I mean, when I was in uni, everybody used to get smashed before they even thought of going out to the pub.
Yeah.
That's
what we used to do.
Vodka in Tesco, get that hammered, then go out.
I fucking hated you lot.
No, you can't say you lot because I didn't used to do that.
I hate students.
No, I'm with Jim. I fucking hated students as well. When you work in a pub, you fucking hate students because they come in, they're loud, they're fucking rowdy, they're already fucking loaded, and then they have a couple of beers.
Leave.
No, can I just say, not all students are like that, because I was never like that.
And when I say they have a couple of beers, they have a couple of beers between the 12 of them.
Yeah.
And squash.
It's almost as bad as a woman's Skittles team. They will order 3 Diet Cokes and that'll be it for the entire evening.
No, unfortunately, that it is a result of the smoking ban. Because a big portion of the pub trade left because they could no longer smoke. They were the bread and butter of the pub trade. So the pubs then have to put prices up to compensate.
In fairness, though, working in the trade as I did, and managing in the trade as I did, the mentality between old fucking landlords and managers and stuff like that didn't help the pubs either, because they were like, well, that's it, the smoking ban's fucked us. No, the fact that you didn't try and adapt to the smoking ban, there was plenty of fucking warning. And there are pubs that have thrived because all the others just gave up or said, well, smoking ban fucking killed it now. Might as well just pack up and go and be a fucking taxi driver.
Well, that's true. Apathy is an issue everywhere.
Okay, it's not only that though, Jim. Don't forget that a lot of the old hands did suffer from barman's folly.
Hmm.
But I used to enjoy going to the pub for just a fag and a drink, and then when the band came in and I used to go to Greece, it was awesome because I could go to Greece and I could smoke in the pubs there.
But that's what happened. People stopped going in, and the mass flock of people that they claimed would come in because people were no longer smoking there didn't.
Oh.
So pubs were then faced with the thing of, we've still got to make a profit, so we've got to raise the prices. We make more on each drink.
It wasn't the pubs that raised the prices, it was the breweries. The breweries.
Mainly fucking Diageo.
Yeah. Who own Guinness, Gordon's.
Smirnoff in the UK.
But raising the prices then drives away more people.
It does, and it doesn't help that once you take away the cigarette smoke from a pub, you can actually smell the old boys.
The pub. Yeah.
No, you can smell the old boys, and the smell of stale beer is not pleasant either. Unless you like the smell of stale beer, in which case, maybe.
I like pub smell. Every time I walk up to the train station in Hereford, I walk past one of these pubs and the doors are open, I'm like, I just like pub smell. You go to a pub to get drunk and smoke and just, you don't go to a pub to be healthy, do you?
Have you ever been in a pub cellar?
Yes.
Yes.
Many.
That used to be my favourite place in the pub. I used to go to the cellar and clean the cellar when things were getting a bit over the top.
Exactly the
Just
same.
to calm down. Nothing quite like throwing the empties halfway across the room.
Nope.
And the smell of line cleaner. I don't know why, but I like the smell of line cleaner.
I like the feel of line cleaner.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm not keen on the taste of line cleaner.
Well, you
Ah,
obviously
I have
never drank in any of
experienced
my
that.
pubs.
It was preferable to the beer, isn't
Everybody in
it?
chat is hating on students. Not all students are like that.
Yes, but the 5% of students that aren't like that.
I'm in the 5%.
You're not a fucking student
Well,
anymore.
when I was a student, I was in the 5%.
Well, it doesn't matter because you're not a student anymore. Now you can be an angry person and hate students.
I've always said it's the same. I never ever went stupid, drinking, crazy or anything when I got to uni because I was never ever raised that alcohol was a forbidden thing. My mother and father let me have bits of alcohol for as long as I can remember, and it was always something you drink in moderation, and it was never a thing, so I never gone crazy for it. And even when I grew up in Carmarthen, no pubs there ask for ID. It doesn't happen. They even have police there every Saturday night handing out free bottles of water, and they know everyone's underage, but it's just like, if you don't kick off, we're not going to throw you out, and that's the only way the pubs are still going in Carmarthen.
Why do I get this sudden
birthdays
image?
in my local.
I get this sudden image of Hot Fuzz in my head.
No, hot, without them getting kicked out, that is what going out in a pub in Carmarthen is like.
Right, well, it's past. We've whittled on about students and what's in everybody's handbags and God knows what else. So I think this is probably a good point to call it an evening.
I agree.
I would like to thank everybody who's joined us in chat, and I would like to thank the panel, and I would also like you, if you wish, to say your goodbyes. If you don't, then you can just say fuck the lot of them. Kelly, would you like to start, darling?
Goodbye, everybody. I'm fairly sure I shall see you all again.
It's been very lovely having you here, dear.
Thank you, sweetness.
Mr. and Mrs. Kraken, would you like to say your goodbyes? Any closing words?
Good night, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed my little rants tonight.
Live moist and prosper. Anything else?
And Mr. Gords.
Right, night, so I'll have a good weekend, and hopefully I'll catch you in the week.
And lastly, I've been Tok. Thank you for joining us on JB Live, the most hodgepodge fucking episode of non-vaping vaping TV you will ever see on the internet. Tatty bye.